Peace and Black Power family. This is your host, Raheem Shabazz, and we are here for another episode of Necessary Blackness podcast. And I am joined by my lovely co-host, Marcy Lee. And as you can see, today we have a special guest in the building. And our special guest is Fakhri, and he is a thought leader and an educator who is fighting for the liberation of African and Black people at home and abroad. How are you doing, my brother? I don't think he heard me. How are you doing, my brother?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm doing great by the grace of
Okay.
God.
Now, before I start, let me give you guys a little backstory. I went to an event that was held in the West End community of Atlanta by Baba Philogene, and I met the brother, and the brother was speaking, and the brother was dropping some dynamic jewels on us. And I approached the brother and said, "Brother, listen, I need to have you on the Necessary Blackness podcast." He said he would do it. We made it happen. We are here, and we're about to make history. So to start off, I want you, brother, to discuss your unique experience of being schooled for 15 years in the motherland. And what was that like for you?
So, I, I was at Baba Philogene's, and I will, start from the beginning, but I just wanted to deflect on a conversation I had with Baba Philogene. And I'm gonna say something that just to give you an idea how far out like our culture is from, the way other people do things. I when I was in the village, I grew up. Okay, so I left out of there because there was an option. There was a second option, um, and this was the '80s. I had relatives who were dying from, you know, uh,
Excuse
all the
me,
things
Raheem.
that were wrong with the '80s.
Is he choppy?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it just me? Because I am not
Get
picking
in
up
the
anything that he's saying.
classroom, you would hear
Yeah.
one
Hold
set
on.
of drums.
Hold on 1 minute. I think you have a very bad connection. Me and the sister are not really hearing you that good. Go ahead. Can you proceed?
He may need to come out and come back in.
Yeah, he's probably gonna have to
Let
go
me
back.
see.
Okay, I think we got it now.
Okay, how about now?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So let me digress and start back from the beginning. I don't know if you guys could hear anything I was saying. So I left the States. I was born in Detroit, Michigan. All my relatives are from here. My father first traveled to Africa in '66. My mom in '74. Um, they were both dancers. They each had their own dance company. My father's backstory is way too big for me to even, he has his own story to tell. Um, and I say that because while he was engaging with the locals, I was being raised in a village by my grandmother over there, um, who is not a blood relative, but over there, when you go, you find out your family just explodes. Okay. Um, so schooling, when I first, you know, one of the first things that, stands out to me when I think back to my schooling days in the villages was how we used to play drums, for every occasion. So when the students show up for class, now this is in the village. When you go to the city, your school curriculum is just like, they have the British system, but I'm talking about in the village. So in the village, when we go to class, they play the talking drum, and you have to know what that sound means. You know what I mean? You have to know that, okay, that sound means it's time for break, or that sound means, it's an emergency. So all the students need to gather here or whatever. Um, but I schooled in many different places. Like I went to school in Senegal, Gambia, and Ghana. So I can't speak unilaterally like for all of them, even though the cultures are very similar.
Did you
Um,
school here?
no, I never went to school here.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so going to school over there and then coming back here, was there a like remote difference in your interaction with the natives here, like being around your family here and interacting with them? Like, was it a culture shock to come back to the United States and interact after being educated on the motherland?
Yes, and I came up in a time where, you know, it was rare to see white people over there. You know what I mean? So if a white person walks by, everyone's like, yo, come check it out, a white guy. You know what I mean? But most people don't know what that feels. Most people over here, what I realized when, coming back here, and being among, easily, we know this, that black people in America are the most innovative, easily, they are the spearhead
Mm.
of spiritual blackness, you know. And so when I came back, it was a shock. Like it was because I was surrounded by a lot of white people all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Like I could, and that's weird. Like you don't know what it's like to go somewhere. I didn't realize that I was like I was in a place of dominance. You understand? But I didn't realize that because of the mindset of most Africans.
Hmm.
And what's
You
that?
know, hmm?
What's that mindset?
It's a mindset of servitude around Caucasians, a colonial servitude, you know, and religious, you know, uh, 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 the religious crutch of kneeling and praying to a white Jesus every day, you know, has damaged the people visibly. You know, one of the main problems on the continent is skin bleaching.
Mm.
Um, you know, early in the 90s, one of the most famous songs in Senegal was pleading, it was a song by Youssou N'Dour, and he was pleading with the citizens to stop bleaching,
Mm.
and that was the most famous song. Um, so it's like, yeah, when I came back, there really was, I had, and I was a little bit tainted by that, but I didn't realize that it took me, because when I came back, I had the same excitement that all Africans wanting to escape the continent and make it elsewhere had. Okay, I wasn't in Africa balling. Like I was hustling. We were like I was in the poorest, I was in the slums. Okay.
Mm.
And that wasn't the plan of my parents, but that's how that's how the
When you
universe,
said when you said
Hmm?
tainted by,
Hmm?
When you said tainted by it, are
Tainted.
you are you referring to the mindset, or were you referring to something else? Because you were talking about the mindset of the people in regards to how they kind of bow down to white
To the
people.
mindset.
Okay, interesting.
You know, it, it's 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 the mindset that if you, it's all the analytics that we have about Black people on the continent, become, they're no longer analytics. You're actually in it. You know what I mean? So, like, when you're there and people, when I came up there in a time, like when they used to call me white man. Like when you go to Africa and you're an American, okay, they call you, and you're an African American and you go to Africa, they call you a white man
Wow.
because they know that your mindset is different. They call you Oberni
Mm.
because they
So it's not
understand
about skin color.
clearly. Hmm?
So it's not about skin color. It's more about class or
Right.
your mind. Oh,
Colorism. Colorism is an American thing. And when I say that colorism is an American thing, Brother Raheem, do you remember that I said that, you know, Americans are, we use blackness, as a unifying factor in the event of a dispute among Black communities, you know,
Mm.
as a need for us to unify, whereas Africans use culture as a sense of unification. So Africans in a time of, disagreement will say to each other, "Oh, but we are all Africans." You understand?
mm,
Black is a very foreign concept because even, there's only tribalism. There's no, cuz you can meet, like, me and her could be from the same tribe over there,
Mm.
even though she's a little bit lighter than me, right? So there's no, but over here, you know, um, colorism is, we've really given into, and as a necessity, you know. Um, I was telling someone, yeah,
Yeah. Let me ask you something. Now, you spoke about going to school over there. You spoke about how drums played an integral part of your schooling. And drums was used as a language, right? Now,
right,
when we was at Baba Philigine's place, you talked about the drums and the dancing and how that was used in a certain part of Africa from a certain part of people as to use it as a military strategic tactic. Could you go into that? What tribe was that and how they did it and what was the outcome of using the drums?
so the tribe I was speaking about, I grew up in a village, uh, on the southeast of, in Ghana. It's
Mm-hmm.
called the Kita village. Um, and the people there are known as the Ewe people. They span, they can be found from east to west, even though they don't know it themselves. Before I continue on their story, the astonishing thing about, the continent is that, most people here know more about African history than people over there. That's a
Oh, wow.
fact. Because, and people will, the history that people know over there is based on their tribes, so they can break down their so back to what I was saying. The Ewe tribe, uh they had when they were in Togoland, which is a neighboring country to Ghana. They had a, they were under the rule of a very wicked king by the name of
Mm-hmm.
Agokoli, and Togbe Agokoli. And he built a huge wall around the city of the Anglo Airways. Now, so the airways I'm speaking about, they're called Anlos. The Anlos.
Okay.
So this wall that he built around their city, he built it because there was a betrayal that was perpetrated by one of the elders in the Anlo tribe. And out of fury, he built this wall around the city. He's like, he was never going to forgive these people. And so it came to a time the people couldn't suffer no longer for the mistake of one elder. They were like, we got to get out of here. You understand? Um, so one evening, the chief of the Anlos, he gathered his people. He had them, play the music as loud as possible.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
You break it up again.
within the city. They initiated. Can you
Break.
hear me? Okay.
Do you hear
Okay.
Marcy?
So they initiated
Can't hear you.
Yeah, Fakhri,
okay.
it's kind of breaking up a little bit. So can you hear me fine?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. I can hear you good right
Yes.
now. So if you want to pick up where you left off, if you could remember.
Okay.
Okay.
So one evening, the chieftain of the Anlos had them play really loud music. Now,
Ah, I don't know what's going on today.
before instructed the village of the wall of the city wall on one particular spot. He had, so the wall from historical records was about 10 feet thick, and some like 50 feet high. And so he had the villagers, he had his people, you know anytime any relieving of themselves they wanted to do, they had to do it on one spot. One day that side of the wall crumbled, and on that evening they started playing really loud music, drums and dance, and just the the soldiers outside the city limit, it's just music and dance, right? So the section of the wall that crumbled, they 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 created a single file dance through this crevice of the wall and danced backwards until they got to their
Ah, mess up on the. Yeah, brother, we are
was
losing
already
you.
scouted,
We're probably gonna have
you
to
know
try to
greetings.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, brother. The last thing, if you could, yeah, the last thing you were saying is that through the crevice of the wall that they started dancing backwards.
Backwards. So now they already know where they're going. They're just not like, we're gonna dance backwards, and as soon as we get out the wall, we're gonna like everyone for himself. No. So prior to this event, they had already sent scouts to look for land in the land where I grew up. So I grew up, in Kita village. This is one of the lands that they found to migrate to once they escaped. Um, so they single file danced out of this crevice of the wall, and the last person who made it out would be sweeping. There's a more mythical story behind it, but I like the practical one. So the last person in that single file line would be brushing away the footsteps as they're leaving.
What the gift? Okay.
You understand? Brushing away the footsteps, brushing away the footsteps. Now they had a powerful magician. The people had a powerful magician, and as the lore goes, he turned into a mouse, and covered up the tracks after the people left. That's how the lore actually goes. But then, it's also told as I've spoken of it. And they did this so every year, close to, I think it's early in the year, February, they have they commemorate this. So you can go there till this day and see them doing the backwards dance.
Oh, okay. So Raheem actually
You know,
showed me he showed me a video from when you were over at Baba Jean's, and you were talking about a lot of different things that were very interesting. One of the things that he brought up, that I really did not have clarity because I only saw a snippet. Do you know what, when I say gray people, do you know what I'm referring to with that?
Grays.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
she's referring
yeah.
to when you said Obama was a gray-headed figure.
No, wait. Well, I was saying he was a gray area
Area.
Gray
figurehead.
area.
Gray area, not. No, I wasn't calling him a gray, although we don't know. But anyway, so no, I was calling him a gray area figurehead. And this is because that, to me, that's what he is. Um, there is, it's very hard to explain to someone why I would say that when if it's hard for them to understand, I usually take it that, oh, to me, like, we don't realize that we're in a war. This is the great, like, magic of America to me. Like, we've been in so many wars over the years that most people can't even tell you what wars we're in right now, you know?
Well, why don't you
And
enlighten us?
so what I mean by that is, Black people survival.
Are you hear
You
them
know
all?
what? We might
And
have to wait till there's like a better connection because I didn't pick up the last, like, I don't know what was said. Did you hear anything?
Nah. Can you hear us, brother?
the con let me I, I actually, hold on, I'm
You on
gonna
the
try and
Are you on the Wi-Fi?
relocate real quick.
Okay.
While he's
That's what I'm
relocating
trying to figure out here, is if I've
on the Wi-Fi,
no, I'm not Wi-Fi calling.
oh, okay.
Okay. Well, go ahead. Go ahead, Raheem. What was you about to say?
No, I was saying while he's figuring that out, I just want to let everybody know that we definitely apologize for the technical difficulties, and it seems like every time the brother's about to conclude and hit that high point, this internet is messing up, but the time we are dealing with, and we're trying to best. But nevertheless, the brother seemed like he's getting ready to come back in, and we're gonna conclude this with
I'm
him.
looking for.
All right, go ahead, brother.
Let me see.
we're gonna conclude this in a
Please
few
forgive me.
other that we're gonna
I'm
bring on.
okay.
Okay.
Brother
All right.
Shabazz, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you a little bit. Yeah, we hear you much better now.
Thank you. Okay. Well, I think you
Well,
were.
and I was saying that, Black people are fighting for survival. That's the definition of being in a war.
Mm.
And I would say that that's a
you
spiritual.
know, right. I was trying to explain to someone, how, like I was talking before about how our unifying factor over here is blackness, whereas Africans, the unifying factor is tribalism. Is the familiar culture between tribes. So Africans are prone to say, "Oh, but we are all Africans." But Africans will never say we're all black. You know, like that's
I,
a foreign. Yes.
I'm sorry. I just had a question that popped into mind because you are. Do you consider yourself African, African American? And the reason why I ask is this: a lot of African American people here in the United States have received information which goes along the lines that African people from the motherland, before coming here, are told negative information about African Americans. Can you attest to that? Is that something that really happens? Like they kind of
They don't
come
have to
here?
say anything because we're not telling our story. It's
Mm.
someone else telling our story. So when they turn on the TV and want to see what Black America looks like, it's what white America TV tells them it looks like.
Mm.
Absolutely. They're
Definitely.
controlling
No one
that.
has to say anything to them. Every movie we've ever made out of Black America until recent years has been about gangster life or Black suffrage.
Yes,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Absolutely. So, brother, I definitely appreciate you coming on the show. In closing, Marcia, did you have one more question that you wanted to ask about?
Well, no, I just feel like there's just a lot more that I wish we could have touched on, but I know that we have to move on. But I just want to thank you for coming on the show. Like it was a real pleasure just to speak with someone who has experienced another culture, a culture that we all want to experience on some level. So it was really nice to have you on the show today. Thank you.
Thank you, sis. Thank you. Thank
Definitely
you.
appreciate you. Now, brother, a lot of people gonna want to contact you. What is your social media footprint, and where could they find you at?
So you can, find me on Facebook with my real name, Fakhri Abdullah. Or you can find me on Instagram, Intuit Life Art. That's INTUIT Life Art. To look at, some of my stuff. And actually, if you go to my Facebook, linked there with my father's profile. So, and he's posted a lot of information about his travels and, some of the things from his legacy and time in Africa on his page as well.
All right, and I want to let everybody know, he's being real modest about his father. His father is a very, very famous figure. But go to the page, find out more information about him. Now, Intuitive Art, you got to tell me about that. That's the name of your company, correct?
Yes, it is.
Brother, plug that. Every Blackness podcast listeners, they want to know, and we need to definitely go out there and support your art.
Okay. So actually, let me show you a little piece, if you don't mind.
Oh,
This
no.
is so I do portraits. That's a family portrait I just finished for Sister Imani. This is her husband. He passed away. He had cancer, and that's her with her. That's her with her 6 kids. Hold on 1 second. So I used to not like doing portraits. You know, I like. You know, my other artwork is very different from portrait artwork, but I do portraits also. These are family portraits that I do for people.
Oh, wow.
And personal portraits.
So are you self-taught or did you go to university? Like,
no, I'm self-taught.
Oh, wow, great.
So
yeah,
and someone just made a comment and they said, "Such a gorgeous work of art! Wow, amazing talent."
Thank you.
Show your artwork. So you said you don't like doing personal portraits.
No, I didn't like to. I didn't used to like doing it.
Okay. So
yeah.
Main artwork, what is it? Abstract?
Abstract and usually you know, you know, it used to be a space for me to escape to when I had questions for the universe, you know. And you know, it's one of our, you know, it opens up, you know, I tell people everyone to have some to to let their kids have some form of artistic expression. You know, learned or not learned. In fact, you know, most of what our kids exhibit, you know, artistically when they're young, is not learned. Like when your kids get bored, you know, especially a small toddler, what you do is you give them a pen and paper. You're like, give them some crayons and a paper, you know, because that is the, you know, that is the best. Those are the best conditions for spiritual flow, you know. You know, you know, our kids start losing some of their magic when we impose a lot of what this society tells them is the standard to survive. But they're, you know, they're born into this world gods, you understand? You know, and you know, everything else opposite that is, you know, is very is what should be is what should be really, you know, questioned. You understand? Is why, you know, why, you know, why is it when our kids learn, or when there was a time when I didn't want people to know that I paint and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because we don't encourage our kids to do that. You understand? It's like, how you gonna pay bills with that? You crazy? You know what I mean? It's so, you know, and so but with that thinking, we keep boxing ourselves in to, you know, a mindless labor force for a structure, you know, that doesn't care about our creativity. It only knows how to exploit our creativity.
Absolutely.
You understand?
True.
So, you know, we have to protect, you know, the creative light that our children exhibit. You know what I mean? That has to be the most protected thing. If, you know, we're gonna have structures and real foundations that determine, you know, what direction, you know, how we want to express our, you know, or what life looks like to us. You understand? You know, so
Now we have to get another sister on the line, brother. I wish we had more time to spend with you. There's one more comment, and someone said, "Thank you for your gift." And I want to thank you for your gift and for you taking the opportunity out to speak to us. And I think the takeaway lesson is you said it yourself that you didn't want people to know that you do art, right? But now that they know, you see the admiration that you get in. People are saying your work is gorgeous. They're telling you thank you for your gift. And we want to thank you and continue to be blessed, brother, and peace and black power. All right?
All
All
right.
right. Now let's
All
see if
right,
I
Marcy. All right, brother Raheem. All
all
right.
right. I'm gonna see if
Peace.
I Sister N Marcia, I need you to keep it flowing. And I gotta get on the other line and get her in here on this
Oh, you want me to keep it flowing by myself?
yeah, keep it
Okay.
flowing by yourself.
I'm a
Look at
flow. Well, my name is Marcy, and I do things well. If you don't know me, you're gonna know. Oh, not that kind of flowing. Oh, okay.
not that type of flow. Might have to throw on the beat real quick. But let me see if I can get this sister in. Our next guest, she is an entrepreneur. And what we want to do over here is we want to highlight black businesses. And I tell you guys all the time, right, that we beyond boycotting. We are doing an economic embargo on those that seek to oppress and undermine us as a group of people. So we're only spending money with our own. This sister was courageous enough to open up a business during the pandemic. And I've been to the grand opening, and I would just want to bring her on this platform. So y'all give me 1 minute, and I'll be back.
I wish I could see the comments. I can't even see any comments to talk to people.
Oh man, don't tell me this ain't working.
He said, "Don't tell me it ain't working."
Oh no, no, no. I got it.
Okay, because I can hear you.
You know what? I am back. She's gonna let me know when she is coming in. But yeah, so what's going on, Marcy? Lee? I haven't heard from you. I haven't seen you in a minute. You've been missing in action around here. What's going
You
on?
know, just keeping stuff moving. That's about it. Trying to get things in order. But you know what? One thing that he was talking about in regards to the art. Um, I actually just got my daughter a whole complete art set, like with the paint, the
Mm,
easel, and all that stuff. So I totally agree with him. Like we gotta get those juices flowing, those artistic juices flowing, especially when they show an
yeah,
interest. Yeah, yeah.
absolutely. And I don't know how it was before, but right now, um, with art, you can make big money. All right, Amber Clark said, Marcy, I like your rap. Continue. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. And he also said, thank you all. Happy holidays. Awesome message and keep it going. All right, let's see if our guest, nope, she hasn't hit us. But
So what you been up to?
yeah. Oh man, they said that the bag don't move unless you do. So I just been moving around town. You know how I play. You know,
Mm,
trying to
mm, mm.
get to this money and do it within the close confines of my kingdom. I don't really believe in the house like that. I'm right here at home. And I've been doing a lot of trading, forex trading. But the sister I just see, she's in queue. Let me see if I can bring her in.
Peace, family.
Peace,
Peace.
sister. Hold on 1 minute. How are you
Right.
doing?
I'm wonderful. How y'all doing?
I'm doing
Wonderful.
great. I'm blessed and ready to receive.
That's
So
what's up.
Before you came on, I was telling everybody that our next guest is an entrepreneur that was courageous enough to open up a business during the pandemic. And your business has been doing exceedingly well. And I had the great fortunate of coming out to the grand opening. And what we want to do here at Every Blackness podcast is to highlight those that are in the community and are making a difference and are showing Black excellence, and at the same time showing what it is to mean true Black entrepreneur. So, sister, I would like you to do the honors of introducing yourself and let everybody know who you are, where you from, and what's your business.
All right. My name is Shelly Set. I am originally from Pontiac, Michigan, a suburb of Detroit, but I have been here in Atlanta over 30 years. I make natural products. I make natural products for your body. I do hair butters, just all kind of natural products and tonics for immune system boosting. And Kim Wardo, my king, he's part of the brand as well. He makes sea moss, and we have a t-shirt line, and we opened a store in Forest Park, Georgia. So that's pretty much what I do.
Okay. In addition to selling, making and selling their own products, you actually have other Black entrepreneurs such as myself and others who have t-shirt line. You have my DVD in there. You have other items. What are some of the other items you have that's available?
Okay, we actually use our space to uplift other entrepreneurs and small Black business owners. We have, of course, your products, the Wingy Apparel, as well as the Elementary Genocide, all 3 volumes of that. And we
Okay.
have Ancient Chemistry from Rebel and Shep. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them. They're from Brooklyn, and they live here now, and they have hoodies, and then they have the Ancient Chemistry umbrellas with the goddess and the pharaoh, and then they have Ancient Chemistry jewelry with the goddess and the ankh and all of that. And then we have an artist, a sister by the name of Julia Rain. She's a poet, a writer, and she's an artist as well. So she has some of her art in the store, and then I have some candles in there from another sister, and Knowledge. He has some of his stuff in there, Knowledge of Aesthetics Apparel, Dion Green. He actually prints our shirts from KNS for KNS Apparel. So we have his stuff in the store as well. So we actually use our store as a platform for other businesses as well to get exposure and to, let the community know what they have to offer.
So Raheem mentioned that you all opened the store during the pandemic.
Absolutely.
So I'm wondering, what allowed you to have the courage to do that? Because most people hold their purse tight and they don't want to release. What was your mindset and frame of thought to encourage you to go ahead and open up the store during the pandemic?
Well, this is actually the 4th year that I've been making natural products. Now, I used to set up at Wadada a few days a week. And shout out to Wadada, shout out to Nalaja for, giving me the opportunity to meet like-minded individuals as well as network with people. And it opened up some more doors for me while I was working there. But I would do events, and it just allowed me, like, I worked in corporate America for 18 years. And then they let me go in August of 2019. And that just allowed me to put 100% into what I was doing. And then the opportunity came for us to open a store. My fiance, his cousin has a store inside the discount mall where we have our store. And we were going there because he was doing work for us. He was making banners and flyers and stuff for us. So we were going there, and we just said, what you think about opening a store? And, I was a was a little scared at first, and then they shut everything down, and we didn't get to open the store because we were going to open the store in May, but then they shut everything down. So when they opened everything back up, he actually gave us a deal on the price to, you know, for rent or whatever. So we opened it up, and it was like the grand opening was amazing. There was a lot of people there, a big turnout, and it's been great ever since.
Now you mentioned about working for corporate America for 18 years,
Mm-hmm.
and you decided to leave that plantation. Well, you didn't decide; they laid you off.
Yeah, it was actually an ancestral intervention, is what it was.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was straddling the fence of, you know, that safety, holding on to that safety net, and
So a tower
wanting
moment.
to, wanted to, run this business. But it was so challenging because, like I said, I would do events, and I would be up all night making products, and then get up the next morning, load my car up, go to work, be at work all day, leave my job, go to an event and be at the event all night, and then have to do it all over again the next day. And then I think that my job got, they actually got the impression that my heart really wasn't in my job anymore, because I was going to work doing Sun Goddess Sense work. I was going to work printing out invoices for orders, getting online, ordering supplies, and, in between my tasks that I had at work. So, my energy was more towards my own business as opposed to what I was really supposed to been doing when I was there.
So,
but it was, they did me the best favor ever. They let me go, and gave me a severance, and I just used that severance to invest more into what I was doing, because everything came out of my pocket. I didn't get any loans or anything. I funded everything myself. The business has been funded myself. I mean, myself and Ken Wardo, and me and Ken Wardo, we've been together for 2 years, but I was already doing my business like 2.5 years prior to meeting him. But when we came together, we funded everything ourselves.
Yeah. So gaining that economic and gaining your physical freedom from being off the plantation, and then experiencing economic prosperity by starting your own business. You feel that it was well worth the move to do that? And what encouraging words would you give any up and coming entrepreneur that want to do the same thing you do?
Yes, it was well worth it, because I'm able to put 100% into what I'm doing, and I can be, my ideas. I can actually act on a lot of the ideas that I didn't have time to act on. When I had a 9 to 5, it didn't allow me the time to do the things that I can do now. So, but for anyone who is interested in just doing their starting a business, I say go for it if you're serious about it, and you're a creative individual, and you have a product, or you have something to offer to the community. I say just do it. Do it.
Nice.
Do it, and don't let nobody tell you can't do it. Just do it.
Do it.
All right, sister. Now, in closing, I want you to let everybody know where your store is at. But before we close, you give everybody your social media imprint. Marcy Lee, you had one more question, right? We good?
Oh, we're good. Like, I didn't have any more questions. I want to thank the sister for being on the program, though. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh,
We are located at 4140 Jonesboro Road, Suite 225, right inside the Forest Park International Discount Mall in Forest Park, Georgia. And the social media is Sun Goddess _sense on IG. And then we have another one at Sun Goddess .sense on IG. Sun Goddess Sense like page on Facebook. And then my personal IG is Goddess _ I'm in set. And Ken Wardo's IG is Poppy404. You
And
know, for the sea moss and all of that.
yeah, I just want to say, speaking of that sea moss, I had honor and privilege getting the sea moss, very good sea moss. The brother in Wado, he made excellent sea moss. So make sure y'all support this sister and this brother and get out there, support their business. And shout out to Knowledge for aesthetic clothing, all the other brothers that are able to supply you with items that you need in the store. And if there's anybody that's an entrepreneur and they may have a product that they think will resonate with our people, are you open to receiving like products and do
Absolutely.
okay.
Absolutely. If
And you
you
are
are a creative individual and you have a product that you and you're not, you're not getting enough exposure and you want the community to know what you have to offer, come see me. Come check us out.
all right. Do you have any children books?
I don't have any children books. I would love to have something like that in there.
Okay, because Marcy Lee is being real modest, but she has a children book series.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we could definitely gonna stop by and drop some maybe some complimentary copies off to you and see how we do and get those books up in there.
Okay, that would be great. That would be great. And I will actually probably be purchasing them myself because I have a 9-year-old granddaughter. She and she loves books. So,
All right,
okay.
all right. So peace and power, Black family. This is your host Raheem Shabazz with my lovely co-host Marcy, and we has been speaking to Shelly, and I want y'all to go out there and support her. You know, we have this pagan holiday that's coming up that everybody's excited about, Christmas, in the radical Black tradition. We're gonna celebrate it as Kwanzaa, right?
Absolutely.
So some sea moss make a good Kwanzaa gift. That black
Uh-huh.
book make a good Kwanzaa gift.
Yep.
Genocide,
Elementary genocide. The
uh,
wingy, those dope
wingy,
wingy hoodies.
all good Kwanzaa gifts. So listen, man, I don't need y'all to meet me there. I need y'all to beat me there. All right?
Absolutely.
Peace and Black Power, family. I'm out of here. Raheem Shabazz.
Peace.
Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you.